Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. We are in the, well, final stretch of the game. I assume this is going to be the final session of the normal game. I've pretty much shown off all my party members already, but I'll go do a quick run through of them to show you where certain people are. Notably, the less used party members are going to be at a level that they haven't gotten their final abilities, and Mitsuru is quite a bit lower level. A lot of the abilities at the higher levels, as you can see, aside from Ken's, are not, you know, completely necessary. Although, if you were going to use them, you would have had them up that high anyway. And I've equipped everybody with the strongest things I could think of. I may have given Akihiko a good papal robe. What is this? 3 to strength? No. Okay, whatever. I'm using a slightly weaker piece of armor because my my defense is less important than theirs because I'm higher level. Especially Mitsuru's, who doesn't have a super weapon like the rest of us do. So she's got to worry about her defense a lot more. Now, I am level 86 right now. To get a 100% completion on your compendium, assuming I've gotten everything up to this point. It's possible that I've missed things. I don't think so, though. You have to get up to level 90. I'm not sure if it is possible to get tired at this point, but if it is possible, then I probably will not have enough, as I like to say, battles in between before I get tired to actually get up to level 90 with the enemies all being the same. I was hoping they would be different, but they're not. I checked. So, but to get all the requests done, I merely have to get up to level 88, which is certainly manageable at this point. We're going to get about, I'd say about 15,000 experience for the next 2 bosses, if I bring in a full party. And with me just bringing one party member, I get 1,500 to 2,000 experience from each thing, so it shouldn't be that hard. I may even be able to get up to level 89 before getting tired if I micromanage it a lot. So that's fine. Oddly enough, we actually have a bunch of the personas we need to do the fusion skills for the requests. However, we're kind of roadblocked by Metatron, which is request 74, which requires us to have Metatron. And then 75 requires us to have lower level stuff, as does 76 and 77. We already have the personas we need to make that. Now, 78 we do require something we need to get at level 88, so that's it. And then to really realistically beat the Reaper without cheesing it, well, I mean, it cheeses it either way. We either have to be really, really super high level, or have the skill for 78. I'm going to do it the easiest way possible. So, we're going to do that. I don't see any reason to hang around down here. But if I really decide I'm going to get a 100% compendium, I'll go back and use those couple of days I kind of wasted by just spending time and just grind a little bit, get up a little bit higher level. I know for a fact I left some battles on the floor when I got up to 86. Simply because I didn't feel like getting any higher. I was only worried about getting Yukari's bow. In any case, to do what we have to do, we need to get up to that next floor. And you might have noticed over there that enemy was running away, or was startled, or whatever it's called. Pretty much all the enemies are going to be doing that, with the exception of the really small ones, which are those enemies that aren't worth fighting. So we got rid of the barrier here. Now let's see if Fuka has anything else to say about going up further. Yep. 258. So not much of a gap between stuff now. It's not a shadow. Strega. Yeah, we did know they will be here. Now, this final section is going to take quite a bit. And see, that guy's running away. I'm just going to ignore him for now. I'll go back and grind if I have to. Well, I will have to. Keep our guard up. Let's see if we can find an enemy that doesn't run away from us. No. I'm waiting until then because you can get a save point. Or rather, you can get to a save point. See, that guy's not running away from us, and we actually have to go past him. YOLO. And those are actually the enemies I want to fight if it comes down to it. The larger groups, at least. Because those are the ones that give the most experience. Unfortunately, we've kind of, as I said, plateaued on the actual enemies. I don't know why they didn't add harder enemies to this top section, but they didn't add very many extra floors either. So at this point, you can conceivably go back to heal. I'm going to activate the thing. No real reason to do that, but hey, whatever. Let's talk to our party members, see what they say. That's true, but wouldn't that be true of us too? Now, none of our party members are in any real danger, I guess, of leveling up, so not really anything. I think maybe Igus is the closest to leveling up. She'd probably level up from this boss. They are stupid for fighting us individually. Fuka said there was only one. The dog just says grr, so I'm not going to be talking to him after this. He's just a little angry dog. Should've got a bigger dog, man. I beg to differ. We have plenty of time to deliberate. That's true of us, too. Last time we fought him, we were much weaker, so... Okay, not much of a stunning revelation from our party members. Let's prepare for a boss. Now, as I said before, the smartest thing to do for me at this point was just to use Vishnu. No weaknesses, solid abilities. If he was immune to fire, he'd be perfect for this next boss. Because it's Strega. It's either going to be Jin or Takaya, and, well, it's Jin. Not that Takaya has anything. Takaya can use pretty much any type of attack. Notably, I believe Jin can use instant death attacks of the dark variety, so you don't want to have something that has darkness as their weakness, like a lot of these higher level personas tend to do. So there's that. As for my equipment, I'm using a silver plate, which is slightly weaker than the papal robes everybody else is wearing, but it has the plus 30 HP, and that's all I really care about. That small amount of defense is not going to matter. Now, let's get our Home of the Void. Let's cover up our status effects. Which makes it so that we can always heal people, and since we have that salvation ability on Vishnu, it makes it so that we can get rid of every status effect every round, which is rather expensive, but luckily Vishnu has Spellmaster. Let's equip our Masakato's Katana, which gives us plus 10 to all stats, and 100% hit rate, plus a very decent attack bonus. Everybody else is decked out in things that cover their weakness and raise their hit points, and random things that, you know, make them stronger against various elements. Just because, what else you could do with shoes? Let's go ahead and take care of Jin. Shouldn't run upstairs, man.
So, you came after all.
Of course we did.
You?
Turbo nerd.
Where's your partner?
What's that supposed to mean?
Takaya went on ahead of me. He's destined for greater things.
Oh, like being higher up.
So, it looks like you're serious about fighting Nyx.
Greater things? Hang on. They're thinking they're gonna die. What greater things could he be talking about? That's silly.
How do you know about Nyx?
Well, if we remember, she should already make this connection, but I guess maybe she's just asking. But we did get that pamphlet that told us that Strega was involved with the Nyx cult. So we should already know that they know about Nyx.
I pieced together the information Ikutsuki left behind.
That's interesting.
But not all of it made sense. He was a real nut job.
That's for sure.
Did you know Ikutsuki?
That would make sense.
We were surprised to find out he was your boss.
It's not really our boss, more of an advisor. That, told us what to do.
We really only knew his name.
So they weren't super connected to him.
He was just one of the researchers who created us.
What?
He created you?
They're made of Play-Doh.
Who are you?
It's Jin, duh.
There's no use in telling you. The end is near.
Now come on, give us an exposition dump, man.
We don't have time for this. Get out of our way.
Actually, we do.
Can't do that, little lady. There's no way you'll be able to stop Nyx.
Maybe.
But I can't let you interfere with Takaya's wish.
Do you even understand what you're saying? If Nyx isn't stopped, all life will be destroyed.
Maybe not cockroaches.
Exactly. We won't live much longer, and we want to see the end before we die.
Well, that's true. They are dying anyway.
That is Takaya's wish, so I'm not backing down.
Rather selfish and nihilistic way of thinking, but, understandable, I suppose.
Enough talk. Let's do this.
Not really sympathetic, but understandable.
This is it. I ain't holding back.
So this is Jin. I'll just scan him for no reason.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
We fought Jin before. Jin sucks.
Leave it to me.
Put everybody
Gotcha.
on what they should
Leave
be.
it to me.
He absorbs fire. Junpei doesn't normally lead off with fire attacks, so I'm not really worried about that. You definitely don't want him to use the Balmung on him, because it'll just make him absorb it every single time. But he'll probably just use his physical attack skills, so that wouldn't even matter. He's got an ability that detects our weakness, or so he says. You'll see that in a second. Actually, before that, he'll probably say you've covered up all your weaknesses first. You can see how cheap these abilities are. They would actually be they'd actually cost less. I think 6 if this was fire or wind, since they don't have a secondary effect. But be mind charging and using the abilities pretty much every round, and probably Mitsuru is going to be doing the same.
Damn you! You've covered up all your weaknesses. Are you too afraid to face them?
Nah, man, just tactical, man.
I won't lose.
I like how he interrupts our turn to say that.
Be careful. Fire isn't working.
So, he's a hermit. I had forgotten that. Now, you see the Repel Dark. That's an indication that he can use those attacks. Not that using instant death on bosses has ever worked. She didn't mind charge. Now, this could be made a lot easier if Junpei decides to crit him a bunch of times. Oh, wow!
Here's a chance. Let's get him. Get back here, you son of
Well, that's what we want to see out of Junpei. Damn! Goodbye, Jin. I didn't even get to attack. And that guy leveled up. We've already got the Mystic Rocks from him, which are the Pierce abilities. Regenerate 3, whatever. Let's get rid of Growth 3. And blah, blah, blah. Maybe you should have gotten rid of Arrow Rain, but he's only around for... I don't remember why I pulled him back out, actually. But whatever. Fucking 4,000 damage.
I failed.
Of course you failed. Junpei fucking knocked you over.
are you waiting for? Finish me off!
Now, I've kind of set myself up as a magical attacker, but shit like that is the reason why physical attacks are probably better
I would do anything for Takaya.
for doing on these last bosses that aren't completely immune to physical attacks, because you can crit.
Why are you so loyal to him?
They're not very difficult anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You wouldn't understand. Takaya showed me the light when I was in the darkness. It was a long time ago.
And now it's time for story time.
In order to better understand the Dark Hour, Kirijo rounded up kids that were living on the streets and gave them special powers,
Man, this is all Kirijo's fault. We should sue them.
so they could investigate Tartarus.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
What?
But when that power doesn't emerge naturally, it's difficult to control. So the kids had to take experimental medication so their powers wouldn't kill them.
We knew about this already.
Only 3 kids out of the original 100 survived. And after 6 months, the experiment was cancelled.
Then those 3 were...
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
You all suffered at the hands of Kirijo.
Takaya saved me from it all. He said, don't let the past control you, and don't look to the future. Simply live in the moment.
YOLO.
To be honest, I don't even care about Kirijo anymore. But Takaya's wish must be fulfilled.
This game shouldn't take place in 2012.
You.
We were here too long.
If these were the real shadows, they would run away from us at this point.
We're running out of time. We have to go now.
At least it's not the Reaper. That's what normally what happens if you take too much time.
But we can't. You idiots! I don't want your pity.
And this doesn't happen on any other boss floor. It's just a convenient way of, well, you'll see. Bye, Jin. Hope you like the monsters. What is Fuka doing up here anyway? I guess just so she can talk to people. She really shouldn't.
I won't let you eat me. I believe in you, Takaya. Fulfill your wish. I will hold on to the freedom you gave me to the very end.
I wonder what he's gonna do. If those things were weak to fire, he would fucking ruffle stomp them, so... Oh, he's got a grenade. Allahu Akbar! Boom.
Hey, was that... Did he?
Yeah, he did. That probably wouldn't have killed the, shadows.
Let's go.
Stone cold there, Mitsuru. We actually don't keep going. We're back down here. Let's see what people have to say about that. What about him blowing himself up? You have to say what about yourself, or Kirijo's stuff. I don't know. Don't know why you're even up here. Me? As you can see, we're actually up here. There's no shadows down there. Jin's exploded corpse isn't down there either. Well, we'll leave the not thinking to you, Junpei. That's what you're good at. You just hit dudes with the sword. Oops. Where's Cyberman? It's true. Dog doesn't say anything different. You could go down and save at this point. No real reason to do so for me. Let's keep going. Game gives you ample time before the final boss to take care of your affairs. And we actually have a couple more levels to go. Another human on 262, which is not very far. Possibly the worst item you could possibly find. Those things are completely worthless at this point, since you can't fuse any weapons. Now, the weapon fusion was added in the FES. Did they just give you those coins that gave you money in the original? That would have been about as useful at this point. But you can see there's an enemy that's not going to run from us. I would prefer to avoid it, though. If I can. Looks like I can't. I hate that sound. Looks like we might have to hit it in the face. No. Just sneak past. Fuck it. I don't care. Oh. Well, it looks like they weren't that way anyway. The stairs, I mean. Which is what I'm looking for, obviously. I've gotten very bold about running past enemies lately. I think I've gotten pretty good at it. This guy's on the next floor. I'm not gonna ambush us or something. Now, even with these enemies being much easier than they were before, you still shouldn't, you know, blindly smack your face on them, because they will, they still have the ability to kill you if you're not careful. Ooh, I almost let that guy touch me. Screwed this up. Just get out of his way. One moment. Set. There we go. And again, we're going to get a chance to set up if we need to. I'm going to talk to everybody again, just to see what they have to say. Nix or no nix? Nope. That's true. Dog. You better not. That would be dumb. Now, I thought about coming into Jin with less than a full party, but that would have been silly. Just to squeeze a bit more experience out of him. Yeah. Now, obviously, you can activate the thing. You can go back down and save if you really wanted to. Why not? Now, I don't know whether this is one of those Friday afternoon decisions to not make any floors, really, between each boss, but I guess it's fine. Let's go ahead and take him out.